We have obtained information that enemy stragglers from Santa...
The target enemy destruction ratio will be displayed on your MPG. Continue to destroy enemy targets until the number reaches 0. What a desolate place. Just wait a little longer. Reinforcements will be here before long with fresh supplies. Then we should be able to stick it to those Aurelians again. The enemy! Enemy aircraft! The Southern Cross? Isn't that the guy who's going to Glacier? Nemesis. No, you've just been waiting until now to strike. Damn it, I'm not gonna die here! Don't stand a chance against their fighters. Damn. Good too. I missed. The tanks are in the way. Stop messing around. We need to get to the main unit. Damn it. I can't hit him.
The concentration of enemy troops on the Kalana steppes has been eliminated, allowing us to concentrate on Santa Elva. We can now freely continue our advance without having to constantly watch our flank. I apologize for letting enemy reinforcements get the drop on you. I should have been paying more attention to their movements. It won't happen again. That is all. The Skilla unit has left, unfortunately, radar interference, but we believe they have abandoned. In order to ensure our bid to capture the capital is a success, we need to first take back Sachana Air Base. Sachana Air Base is our country's largest air base. The enemy incurred heavy losses during the previous battle at Kalana Steppes, resulting in a near-complete loss of air power in this area. However, enemy ground troops have already begun to form a formidable intercept force in their stead. The surrounding woods would put our ground troops at a distinct disadvantage, so a helicopter unit will be used to carry them in. Your mission, sir, will be to protect the helicopter unit until they can safely land at the target. Intelligence reports that enemy troops trained in guerrilla warfare and familiar with the terrain are holding this point. Infrared sensors have been attached to the HUD to help locate enemies hiding in the forest. The heat signature from an enemy's weapon will appear on the HUD whenever they fire. Use this chance to lock onto the target. Draw enemy fire and take out as many enemy positions as possible to ensure the safety of the helicopter unit.
So you're the famous Griffith Squadron. I've heard the stories. We're counting on you. All right, we're just going to concentrate on making it to the base. We won't be able to handle the enemies hiding in the forest, so we're leaving them up to you. Damage to the helicopter unit will be displayed on the MPD. Keep an eye on it. We won't be able to take the base without them, so make sure they get there intact. We need backup! Evasive maneuver is successful. helicopter unit and escort squadron have just passed overhead. Aim for the lead escort aircraft. Take them out and the rest will drop like flies. So you're the famous Griffith Squadron. I've heard the stories. We're counting on you. All right, we're just going to concentrate on making it to the base. We won't be able to handle the enemies hiding in the forest, so we're leaving them up to you. Damage to the helicopter unit will be displayed on the MPG. Keep an eye on it. We won't be able to take the base without them, so make sure they get there intact. We need backup! I can't avoid them all! Eject! Griffith 1, begin landing checks.
The helicopter unit has brought Sachana Air Base under their control. The mission is a success. Air power from the base will be a vital asset, especially in the battle to retake Griswold. I have the feeling the day of our capital's liberation is not far off. LASAP has taken advantage of Mount Nevera's height and built a large-scale jamming station known as the Nevera Jammer, with enough power to effectively blanket the capital and all surrounding areas. The station is also blocking our ability to observe enemy activity in Montebrise. Responsibility for taking care of the jamming station before it further interferes with the war effort has fallen into our hands. An array of high-performance SAMs and AA guns provide the Nevera Jammer with a formidable defense. The high-performance SAMs are difficult to avoid, even for the most advanced aircraft. You're done for the second you fly within range. ECM pods are of no use here either. The high-performance AA guns are also capable of shooting bombs and even long-range missiles out of the sky. We must first deal with this threat before we can move in for an attack on the jamming facility itself. Therefore, we must destroy the electric power transmitter that is providing them with energy. The location of this transmitter remains unknown, but a string of old power lines on Mount Nevera may just point the way. There is one complication. Intelligence reports that the elite Skilla unit is stationed here. Stay alert, and don't let them catch you off guard. The transmitter's power output will be displayed on your HUD. Make sure the power output is at 0 before moving in to attack the jammer.
Pilots, check your plane and prepare for refueling. 1 mile to refueling craft. $500 yards to go. 100 yards to go. Griffith 1, maintain your current flight path. Perfect, sir. Commencing refueling.
We've destroyed the Nevera jammer and freed up the airwaves. Now we have a clear view of Griswold and Monte Breeze. We've succeeded in ending radar interference from Mount Nevera. This has allowed us to get a clear picture of Monte Breeze. LASAF forces have produced a new type of weapon and are making preparations. Although the advance unit has already reached the capital, there's still time to stop the backup units. Citizen, our beloved Aurelia, shattered by the LASAF assault, is struggling to once again become one. We must not let them down. With the destruction of the Nevera jammer, we have been able to ascertain the extent of enemy action here in Monte Breeze. This area is littered with industrial complexes which LASAF appears to have refitted as weapons plants to manufacture something of great importance. Transport units have also shown a lot of recent activity. When the Nevera jammer was destroyed, they abandoned the operation, taking everything with them. It seems that they have also rigged the factories with explosives in order to hide what went on there. There is no doubt that whatever they made, it was important. We must shoot down all transport aircraft and put an end to whatever the enemy is plotting.
Transport aircraft will be displayed on your HUD. Make sure you destroy them all. Get that into the cargo? Alright, let's get out of here. The enemy isn't far from here. On a factory explosive set. No problem. Landmines and explosive set. An uprising of Aurelian citizens has broken out nearby. We have reports that they are en route to these factories to acquire weapons. Civilians on a battlefield? Bunch of fools. We must retreat to our northeast area of operation as soon as possible. Missile defeated. Aurelian fighters are coming. Move it! Missile evading!
Can you hear us? We are the Aurelian Liberation Corps. You've had your way long enough. Prepare to see just how dangerous we Aurelians can be.
Danger! Withdraw immediately! Can you hear me? Leave the area immediately!
Hey, do you think they can hear us? There's no response at all.
I hacked into the Army's communications! You gotta switch to incoming transmissions or you'll never pick up anything!
Well, it doesn't really matter, as long as they hear us. All right, we're heading for the factories. We'll steal additional weapons before heading for the capital.
Yeah! Stop the train! The factories are rigged with explosives! Crux to Griffith Squadron. The Liberation Corps doesn't know the factories are rigged with explosives. The distance from the nearest factory to the Liberation Corps will be displayed on your MPG. Protect the Liberation Corps. Destroy the factories along the railway before the train gets too close. Onward! Onward! We'll steal lace-ass weapons and use them to take back Griswold! We'll show laces just how pissed we really are! Warning! Stop the train and leave the area! Do you read me? Stop the train! Just as I thought, it's no use, they can't hear us! Yahoo! That fight is one of our guys, isn't it? Hey! Give us a lift, will ya?
They were trying to escape with MBSRs. Apparently, they were used to intensify the meson cannon's beam. Unfortunately, several units have already been delivered. Thankfully, we intervened before the rest could be used. In any case, the Aurelian Liberation Corps really took me by surprise. They say too much knowledge can be a dangerous thing, and boy were they right. Still, I'm just glad they made it through without any casualties. Our mission is the liberation of Griswold. I'll explain the details. Griswold is protected by the Atmos Ring-powered meson cannon. Our troops will not be able to approach the city because of the MBSRs brought in from Montebrise. Our only hope is to send a small squadron of fighters in for a surprise attack and take out the cannon. Fortunately, the enemy has put all of their faith in the cannon and has yet to deploy ground troops. Destroy the meson cannon and the fighters protecting it, and the city is ours. The capital's liberation is finally within our grasp. Sir, please decide the course of action.
Make them out now, the Atmos Ring at the Gaius Tower.
Makes me sick. Look at them, acting like they own the place.
Ninox 2, you're too far ahead. Please stay on alert.
Damn it! We're so close. If it weren't for that cannon, we'd be in already.
Wait! I'm getting readings from the meson cannon. Ninox 2's been shut down.
Meson cannon's force is multiplied by the MBSRs.
What on earth is that? There's no way we can get any closer than this. Watch out. That thing's a monster. The power of the MBSR against meson cannon far exceeds anything we ever imagined. Cannon. 8 turrets remaining. Here he comes. Dodge this. Damn, the beam doesn't reach any further than the outer road. Hurry and land havoc. Meson cannon. 7 turrets remaining. Number 1 cannon destroyed. Here, is it? Is he for real? Doesn't he know what this beam can do? Witness 1. The beam's firing time has lengthened. With fewer cannons, there's more energy for each burst. Meson cannon, 4 remaining. That's it, only a few left. Crux to Griffith 1. He's too fast. He can't keep up. All impairment, listen up. The Meson cannon can't track targets moving faster than 600 miles per hour. Keep this timer.
could tell you. But there's no one here! Gaius Tower is ours!
This is one, sir. Did you hear this, sir? We did it.
Griswold's been liberated. With the loss of their central command, Laysaf forces have begun to pull out of Aurelia. The streets of Griswold are overflowing with citizens celebrating the defeat of the Laysaf oppressors. Even soldiers have joined in the celebration. Sir, the people won't soon forget your brave actions that led us here. We've done it, sir.
With each passing day, news of new Aurelian victories came pouring in. The Southern Cross's action spurred the surviving Aurelian troops to battle. Commanding Officer Diego Navarro has retreated and is currently being pursued by Special Forces. No one would have guessed that a ragtag band of soldiers smaller than a single unit could have put up such fierce resistance. December 10th, several days after the liberation of Griswold, I made my way towards one of the many cities busy recovering from the ravages of the war. Despite my usual misgivings, I could feel myself getting excited at the prospect of meeting the Southern Cross. But when I reached the base, I saw his emblem already gleaming in the skies above. I had heard that today was their first break in a while, but something must have changed that. I merely watched as the jet's contrail stretched far off into the distant sky. Suddenly, I was overcome by a strong sense of dread. The misappropriated financial and material resources were on a scale much greater than the airborne fortress alone could account for. Would the weapon at Griswold prove to be the missing piece to the puzzle?
I have an updated situation report. The forces hunting Laysaf Commander Diego Navarro have been decimated at the Danern Straits. It appears that Laysaf has developed a new type of attack aircraft. I can't believe they had a working prototype from the aerial fortress. Sorry, back to the report. The new attack aircraft is named Fenrir, according to Laysaf reports. From the satellite intel gathered, it appears that the aircraft took off from Sentry Island. We received information from intelligence services that there appears to be a factory on the island. There are two routes to Sentry Island. First, Laysaf has a squadron of ace pilots, the Alec Squadron, situated near the Danern Straits. They are currently headed for Sentry Island. If a pilot of that caliber were to pilot the new craft, we would have a lot of trouble on our hands. Another route is Cobalt Cave, the location of enemy research facilities. It is believed that they are preparing to move some sort of weapon. We don't know the details, but it is most likely a weapon to mount to Fenrir. The ace pilots and the unknown weapon are both major concerns, but we can only deal with one of these threats. You must stop whatever Lasath has planned. You are about to enter Lasath territory. We don't have much intel to go on, but you need to decide how to proceed. Intelligence has confirmed the outline of a squadron of Lasath fighters bound for Archelon Fortress. A sympathizer from within the enemy has informed us that the squadron is none other than Lasath's elite, Alex Squadron. If they were to capture Archelon Fortress's Fenrir, one can only imagine the devastation they would cause. The Danern Straits could provide us with a chance to intercept them before they reach the fortress. Your mission will be to take on this elite air unit. You must destroy them all.
Multiple fighters coming in head-on. You should see an enemy squadron shortly. This is Falcon 1. I always wanted to fly with you. My son's a big fan of yours. Well, me too. The enemy's come. There's so many of them. In the 10 years I've been flying, I've never been in such a massive dogfight. Listen up, everybody.
Conventional weapons fire remains. Aircraft damaged.
Pilots, check your plane and prepare for refueling.
We've succeeded in stopping the ALEC unit before they could reach Archelon Fortress. It was an extremely dangerous mission, but we had to stop them from getting behind the controls of Fenrir. The enemy transportation corps has moved from Cobalt Cave to Archelon Fortress. Our sources have confirmed our suspicions that the cargo was indeed an HPM. It'll most likely be used to defend Archelon Fortress. The new weapon under development at Cobalt Cave has been relocated to Archelon Fortress. We have learned that it's an HPM to be mounted to Fenrir. The weapon's targeting system relies on orbiting satellites, so we should be able to reduce the weapon's accuracy by disabling the satellite ground control center at Cobalt Cave. With the bulk of the enemy forces shifted to Archelon Fortress, the enemy poses little threat at Cobalt Cave. However, with the threat that Fenrir poses, we must take this opportunity to minimize its capabilities. Destroy all of the satellite antennas at Cobalt Cave.
satellite control antennas. You're going to have to destroy each and every one of them. He's here! Keep Nemesis away from the antennas! If the antennas are destroyed, the new weapon's performance will suffer! Shower into the aircraft defenses are capable of it. satellite control antennas. You're going to have to destroy each and every one of them. He's here! Keep Nemesis away from the antennas! If the antennas are destroyed, the new weapon's performance will suffer. Shower into the aircraft defenses are capable of it.
satellite control centers and antennas have been destroyed. This should weaken Fenrir's microwave weapon. Archelon Fortress is the final obstacle standing between us and total victory, sir. We've advanced within striking distance of Archelon Fortress. Fenrir, the whole reason they started this war is being made right here on this base. It's our duty to wipe this base clear off the map. The HPM has been transported to Archelon Fortress from Cobalt Cave, and it appears it has already been fitted to Fenrir. The weapon works by emitting microwaves from both Fenrir and Archelon Fortress to create an overlapping field effect, detonating all fuel caught in between. Fly too slow for too long, and you'll be tracked by the targeting system. If you don't escape quickly, your fuel tank will explode. Thankfully, the targeting system has been impaired by the destruction of the satellite targeting facility at Cobalt Cave. Even with the targeting system impaired, the HPM still poses a threat. Be careful. We've also received intel that the Archelon Fortress is equipped with the same type of shock cannon employed on the Gleipnir. Sir, we've succeeded in freeing Aurelia. The war should have already been over for us. But someone has to put an end to this.
As I wrote down the words that would reveal the truth to the world, I couldn't help but feel uneasy. It said that the only true winners in any war are those who achieve what they intended. Diego Navarro had left Aurelia's capital in defeat, yet his goal of increasing arms exports had been achieved. It seemed as though he may be the true victor in this war. After returning to his homeland, it appears that he now plans to unveil the ultimate weapon before his countrymen. Satellite images of the Archelon Fortress will provide the backdrop for his speech to the world. Such audacity must come from his confidence in this ultimate weapon, Fenrir. There's no such thing as a foolproof plan, I whispered to myself as I watched the sun slowly wheel across the sky overhead. Even the country's hero, still in the heat of battle, hadn't returned home for the celebration of victory. The Southern Cross will ensure Navarro's plan ends in failure. Ain't that right?
UAV will display any increase in fuel temperature. Watch it closely. Generator is equipped with the same type of optical camouflage as the airborne fortress. However, with Aurelia's satellite surveillance system back online, we should be able to track its position. Although the tracking is far from perfect, please bear that in mind when attacking. Try to keep the temperature low.
Push it up!
fuel tank's internal sensors will be displayed on the MPG. The MPG will display any increase in fuel temperature. Watch it closely. Rear is equipped with the same type of optical camouflage as the airborne Fortress. However, with Morelia's satellite surveilling system back online, we should be able to track its position. Although the tracking is far from perfect, please bear that in mind when attacking. Try completely destroyed! Looks like the Southern Cross was the real monster! We've got no choice! Prepare the fortress defense weapons! Your allied aircraft! All remaining aircraft withdraw! I take no responsibility for anyone who gets caught! Something on top of the fortress is moving! That's the same shock cannon that was on the airborne fortress! We can't allow Lasap to remain in possession of that kind of weapon. Do what it takes to destroy the shock cannon. Shock cannon firing preparations complete. Aquila 3, lower your altitude. In 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cannon firing! Aquila 3's been hit! Damn it, we've lost him! Destroy the shock cannon! The shock cannon is preparing to fire again! In 5 seconds! 3, 2, 1! Cannon firing!
The fortress has really been destroyed! He was able to fly his way through those shockwaves. Incredible! You've done it, Griffiths 1! I knew our ace could do it. That's the Southern Cross for you. It certainly is. He's Aurelia's hero after all.
Crux to Griffiths 1. That was a little too risky, sir. It made me nervous just watching you. It wouldn't feel like a victory if you weren't there to celebrate it with us, sir. When you think about it, you can't help but feel sorry for Lasat's soldiers. They were nothing but pawns in Navarro's sick game. Well, it's finally over, isn't it? Let's head home. To Aurelia.
Archelon and Diego Navarro's beloved weapon Fenrir were ripped by explosions and engulfed in flames. While these images flashed on the screen, the eyes of the press watched as the enraged citizens of Lasath stormed in on commanding officer Diego Navarro. When the rage of the thousands had finally subsided, it is said that there was nothing left but the shattered remains of Fenrir. It's ironic that the stage for the unveiling of his greatest triumph would be his ultimate undoing. When it was all over, I tried to get an interview with the Southern Cross, only to find that he had already returned to Cape Aubrey.
He said he's never really liked hot weather.
Eugene Solano, the young radio operator, answered sheepishly. Peace had returned to Griswold, and it was now covered in the colors of the Christmas season. I went ahead and bought myself a figure of Santa, the kind that I could only find here.
Albert, I thought you couldn't stand the Southern Hemisphere.
A fellow reporter said to me as he saw the Santa figure, a memento of this Southern Hemisphere of backward seasons. I like the design, I said as I embarrassingly showed it to him. It bore the emblem of the Southern Cross.